Hello, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. Welcome to Celebrating Black Excellence. Our next guest, they have a very big event happening right here in the CSRA. Let's welcome these talented musicians, JaVonne Jones and Willie Soul. How y'all doing today?
Great, Carlton. How are you?
Doing good. Willie Soul, how you
Good.
doing today, sir?
Doing wonderful. How you doing today, Carlton?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you, JaVonne and Willie, for being here on Celebrating Black Excellence. We're doing something totally different here
That's
today.
right.
We have an in-house guest and we have a Zoom guest. Making history here, breaking
That's right.
barriers here on Celebrating Black Excellence for sure.
That's right.
Yes, yes. Now let's get started. I always like to ask our guests, their beginnings, right? So, JaVonne, start with you. What inspires you to want to get involved with music?
Okay. Well, I was a little kid at church. My parents used to send my sister and I to church with our aunt, and I remember being in church one Sunday, and it was an African American lady playing violin at church, and it blew my mind to see that. And I told my sister, I want to play that. Didn't know what that was, and I had to be like 6, 7 years old. And fast forward to when I started the orchestra program in 4th grade at C.T. Walker, I had the opportunity to play the instrument, which was the violin, and I started playing, and I haven't turned back since. There were some times that I wanted to let it go, like when I was a senior in high school, kind of wanted to put it down, but I got a scholarship for music, so it was like, you can't put it down now. So I played, and then by the time I graduated college, people started playing contemporary music on the violin, so it kind of made me love it again. So that's kind of how I got into it, and I just been doing it ever since then, and I don't have a plan to put it down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And not just doing it very well, I must say.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
And I just want to say too, like I said, when it's something you love to do, even if you want to put it down, it's like it's always gonna pull you
Come
back in.
Yep, it's gonna always suck you back in.
Right,
So, yeah.
absolutely. Now, Willie, so where are you coming to us from today?
I'm coming to Augusta all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, and what most know as Duval.
Okay. Well, again, welcome to Celebrating Black Excellence. Now, same question I want to throw to you. What inspired your love for music?
Well, for me, I just recall as a kid in the stores, my mother buying me a Fisher Price drum set. And at the time, drums was my thing. Even before I got into the guitar, it was just a thing. I think most boys, most males like to beat on things and hear certain things. So the drum set, I remember my mother telling me stories. We had this venue down here in Jacksonville called The Landing. It was downtown Jacksonville waterfront. Bands play every weekend. I would take my drum set out there, and people would just come by and drop tips there, quarters, money. And I'm a little kid, just doing what I love doing, just making noise, beating the band on the stage. So that was kind of like the beginning. I mean, drums, I remember getting drum lessons, growing up in church. But I also remember a time, like I say, all boys, younger boys want to play the drums. They sitting in church. We got our drumsticks. We sitting on the front row. So you got to take turns. And I'll never forget my dad telling me, he said, son, you're going to be waiting forever to get on the drum set. But I remember, being in the mall and always seeing his guitar. There was a compact disc, a CD record, DVD store called FYE. And I remember them having a guitar, electric guitar in the store. Stop by, pick it up, play it. I'm talking about no pick. So I got blisters on my thumb and on my fingers when I get home. And my dad, he used to have an acoustic guitar stuck up in the closet in the case. I would pull that out, play on it. And, there were guys that, here in church and everything like that. And, I remember one day getting out of the shower, and I never asked for this. Got out the shower, and there was a guy sitting in my living room. My dad had already set up guitar lessons for me. And so at that moment, I was getting lessons, soaking that up, learning by ear, and let me back up. And so after the drums, I ended up playing the trumpet in elementary school. Now that's something, I did, but I still had the guitar thing going on. But guitar is one of the things I fell in love with. So I was taking lessons, pretty much been doing it all my life. Went to middle school for it, went to high school for it, went to School of the Arts all my life, and I went to college, to Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts. And so that's just kind of, that's been my start, from the very beginning up to now.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing that story. I want to ask this question, JaVonne. What keeps you going? Like I know there are times where it's like, you know what, like we discussed, there's sometimes we want to put the instrument down, or you want to stop doing what you're doing, or even if you love it with the passion, but what is it that keeps you going?
I have to say, like, for me, when it's something that's attached to your purpose, like your existence and like why you're here, that's something that you're going to never be able to put down. And so I remember, like I was telling the story about being in church, like I knew that that had to have been kind of attached to my reason for being here, my existence. Because it's like if I wasn't at that church on that Sunday at that moment, I would have missed seeing that lady, and it wouldn't have been the same type of impact for me. But because I was there, I was like, that was my moment. Even though I was a kid, I didn't know anything about purpose. But now that I'm older and I understand that, hey, we're all created for a reason, and you know that's what your purpose is attached to, you know, I know that I have to keep going for other people. Mm-hmm. Like, it's bigger than me. You know, I do this to be light. You know, music has healing. I believe that it's healing for the soul. It's part of the reason why it's called Soulful, Strings of Hope for our event. It's just, it's a big deal to kind of be able to give light and love through music. And I know that's what kind of keeps me going every day. That's the reason why I can't put it down, because it's like I have to continue to be a blessing to somebody else with it, because it's ultimately not mine. And so I need to continue to share it.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of your event, again, you have Soulful Strings of Hope, a night of jazz and R&B in the key of pink.
That's right.
Yes. I want to first know, how did you two connect? Willie, how did you connect with JaVonne?
So this might have been about maybe, it seemed like time fly. I don't know if it might have been 3 to 5 years ago, honestly. I was in Columbia, South Carolina. We was on a festival or a concert called a String Fest. And that's where I first met JaVonne at. And I remember playing and I remember hearing JaVonne. And I'll never forget this. I'm talking about anytime JaVonne either comes to Jacksonville or I come to where she at. She knows she has to play this song. I remember hearing JaVonne play Square Biz. And I was like, you know what? I got to get JaVonne in Jacksonville. And ever since then, me and JaVonne, we've been connected. And that, like I say, that's been probably 3-4 years ago. And I was in Columbia, South Carolina, and that's where we met at on the String Fest.
Nice, nice. And JaVonne, so I want to talk about what inspired you to do this event.
Well, Willie and I have been having discussions about him coming over into Augusta. He's been here before. It's been several years ago, but he's been here before. And we thought a good time of year to do it would be in October, because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And breast cancer, it affects so many people, men and women, that I have found out that it's affecting. And we said, what better way than to bring people together, survivors or just people that just happy to be surviving just in general, to come together, being like-minded, that just love live music, an opportunity for us to, like I said, give light for people that's going through breast cancer right now, ones that have survived it, and they just want to celebrate life. We thought it would be a great opportunity to give back. We'll be supporting the Piedmont Augusta Miracle Mile Walk with some of our proceeds. So it's just an opportunity for us to do something to give back to somebody else. And because it's so close to home, I have a neighbor that's going through it right now. My best friend, she's actually a survivor. She's several years in remission. So it's a great opportunity, because it kind of touches home with, close people in our family and surrounding in our lives. So that'll be a great opportunity to do that.
Absolutely. This is definitely important for you, and kudos to you for doing this, for sure. Willie, why was this important for you to be a part of this event?
For me, first of all, anytime I can hit the stage anywhere, it's a blessing, because I think the main thing for me is I've always took this to heart. Every note that I play, every note that I sing, everyone has to feel it. And I'm telling you, it can change lives. It can make tears come out of your eyes, and you don't even know why you're crying. And so for me, bringing my soul, bringing my style to Augusta or the CSRA, that's the number one important thing, being able to spread my gift. But also, like JaVonne was saying, being able to partner on stage with JaVonne in her hometown, that collaboration, I think that's unmatched, And then on top of that, third thing is for the impact, the reason, like she was saying, breast cancer awareness. And it's so many people. It's a big month, that I mean, not only do we, represent or put on for it, you got the whole NFL. It's going on all around the world. So, I'll say three things. Just spread my gift, being on stage and collaborating with JaVonne Jones, and just healing music. Music is just, like they always say, that universal language. So we putting all that together in one.
Nice. Well, you guys will be able to hear JaVonne Jones and Willie Soul. So we have JaVonne Jones Violin Music presents Soulful Strings of Hope, a night of jazz and R&B in the key of pink. It'll be taking place on Sunday, October 12th. You have a pre-show cocktail hour at 6.
That's right.
You have a show. The show time is at 7 o'clock on time.
On time. We are on time people. One thing about me and Willie Soul, we like to do stuff on time.
I know that's right. So y'all make sure y'all faces are into place at 7 p.m. because they start on time at the Hardin Auditorium, 7022 Evans, Town Center Boulevard in Evans. You also can get tickets. The website is
soulfulstringsaugusta.eventbrite.com.
Yes.
That's right.
All right. And again, this is in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month for sure. Are there any closing words that you would like to close out with? Why should people who are watching this interview, why should they come out?
Well, one thing is that the music is going to be dope.
Yeah, period.
That's on period, like the children say. I don't know, but we're very great artists. We love what we do, and it's just bigger than just playing for people. We are performers. We do this from the heart. We put this event on specifically for people that are the music lovers, people that love to hear instrumentalists. A lot of times we hear a lot of singing. You hear a lot of bands, but you don't always hear solo musicians all the time. So it's going to be a great opportunity to come out, hear some of your favorites. You got myself, Willie Soul, you got the band. I mean, we're big on experiences. So it's going to be just bigger than a show. It's a full experience. And y'all ain't got nothing to do on that Sunday before Columbus Day. So come on and come have a good time. It's going to be fun.
Nice. And for people who haven't heard you yet, Willie, so what can people expect when you come on out and show out on Sunday, October the 12th?
Well, I'll just say this here. Every time I come to Augusta or I hear the word Augusta, I think anybody here in Augusta, they should think of James Brown. So you should think about feeling good. You should think about feeling the soul. You should think about artists like Marvin Gaye. You should think about people like George Benson. You should think about people like B.B. King, Johnny Taylor. Like, you should just come ready to feel the soul. That's one of the things I should say. Just come feel the soul. Listen, I got my pink suit ready. So you better have your pink on, and we're going to have a good time.
Nice. Well, JaVonne and Willie, thank y'all so much again for being here. Again, make sure y'all come out to JaVonne Jones Violin Music presents Soulful Strings of Hope, a night of jazz and R&B in the key of pink. That's right. Sunday, October 12th. And again, if people want to get their tickets, it's not too late. How can they get those tickets?
You can get them from soulfulstringsaugusta.eventbrite.com.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, JaVonne and Willie, thank y'all again for being here on Celebrate Black Excellence. Thank you for breaking history.
Yes.
We had an in-person guest and Zoom guest on the show.
Appreciate
so thank y'all so
me.
much.
And thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
No problem. All right, everyone. I am Carlton T. Clay. This is Celebrate Black Excellence. We celebrate Black Excellence every day. Have a good one.